The Manhattan City Commission on Tuesday directed city staff to cap the mill levy increase for the 2026 budget at 1.75 mills, trimming back the previously proposed cap of 2 mills at last month's budget work session. That would take the mill levy up to 54.859, and it could mean as much as an 8.5% average increase in property taxes for Manhattan residents. That's based on a 5% increase in property valuations. City commissioners mostly agreed that the focus should be on balancing the need for staff pay adjustments, including a 2.4% cost of living adjustment, with concerns over rising taxes. Mayor Karen McCullough.
I know it didn't happen last year, and that's a concern of mine because every 5 years or so we bring in an outside consultant and do a pay study and find out that we're not paying adequately to keep our staff. It's not we're trying to make them all rich or anything like that. Once you do those pay studies, if you don't keep up with them, then they get out of whack.
Commissioner John Modis says he still would have preferred to have the budget increase be less than 5%.
Being someone that's gone through many a budget war and many companies that were on the brink and some that went under, I was usually told, find a way. And most of the time we found a way to get to that and do it with very good results.
Part of the reason for such an increase for the city budget this year is a change in how the city funds its obligation to pay delinquencies to the RCPD budget. By statute, that's required to be done out of property taxes, but in the past, the city has funded that out of sales tax. City Manager Danielle Doolin says she hopes to build a reserve fund to pay those payments in the future. The first of 2 public budget open houses will take place this Saturday at 9 a.m. at the Douglas Activity Center. The City Commission will vote on the finalized budget on September 16th. Kansas State University has officially sold the Unger Complex building to the KSU Foundation. The Kansas Board of Regents approved the purchase at its July 30th meeting. The roughly 5-acre tract sold for a little over $2.6 million. The foundation intends to sell the property to a developer to convert into future apartments. The city approved a planning board recommendation in May to rezone the property from business commercial to residential. The developer, Unger Housing LLC, is planning to convert the building into 106 apartment units for individuals with low to moderate incomes. Neighbors say they're not happy about a proposed cattle feeding operation northeast of Riley. The Kansas Department of Health and Environment last week issued public notice that Falcon Land LLC has filed for a federal water pollution control permit to start a, quote, confined animal feeding operation, or CAFO, on its property at the southeast intersection of 8400 Road and Union Road. The proposal is for a facility with up to 999 head of cattle. By state law, it's not considered a feedlot if it's below 1,000 animals. Operations with more than 1,000 animals at one time require additional measures and approval from the Environmental Protection Agency. The plan calls for a feed storage area, a compost area, a working and loading barn, and open dirt pens. But people on social media have said they believe the cattle operation would cause air pollution and hurt property values. Application documents show that the facility will use grass buffers rather than lagoons to prevent water contamination. Plans are in motion for a new shelter to be constructed on Bluemont Hill near the scenic overlook. The Manhattan Parks and Rec Advisory Board moved Monday to recommend the city partner with the Manhattan Kiwanis Club on the project. Mark Maxwell is the past president of Manhattan Kiwanis.
We felt that a shelter up there would be nice rather than just picnic tables. It'd make it more enjoyable to come up and have events for your family and stuff up there.
The cost is estimated around $70,000, and the City Commission will consider the proposal at a future meeting.
This episode is brought to you by Nordstrom. Summer's almost out and fall's calling. Luckily, Nordstrom has everything you need for the season ahead, all under $100. Discover new arrivals from your favorite brands like Mango, Princess Polly, Wave, Free People, BDG, and more. Whether you're planning a last-minute getaway, heading back to class, or refreshing your office looks, you'll find the latest trends and beauty must-haves without breaking your budget. It's easy, too, with free shipping, free returns, and in-store order pickup. Shop today, in stores, and at Nordstrom.com.
Juvederm Day is coming on August 20th. For one day only, buy one $75 gift card and get one free. Juvederm Day gift cards can be used on any product in the Juvederm collection of fillers. Don't miss out on this once-a-year chance to save. Join Allie now while supplies last. Skin Beef by Juvederm is excluded from this promotion. Terms and conditions apply.
Good morning, I'm Troy Coverdale with your sports headlines. Defensive coordinator Joe Klanderman speaking to the media yesterday afternoon as K-State continues its preparations for the regular season opener against Iowa State in Dublin on the 23rd. He says he's seen plenty of great signs out of this defensive unit, especially regarding depth.
I feel pretty good about our starters, and I think the thing was, who are those next guys that are going to play significant snaps? And Coach, we did a little situational walkthrough out there today, and Coach called out the second defense, and they got together in a little group, and I looked at that group of guys, and I'm like, there's some pretty dang good football players here. I mean, they're good-looking kids. They're kids that know what they're doing. They're kids that I would trust to be out there.
The Cats to open their season a week from this Saturday when they match up with the Cyclones in Dublin at 11 in the morning. Our coverage begins that day at 7 with Power Cat Game Day on News Radio KMAN and 101.5 K-Rock. The Kansas City Chiefs are down to their final practice at Missouri Western today, breaking camp ahead of Game 2 on the preseason slate on Friday. Kansas City still without wideout Hollywood Brown, who's fighting an ankle injury. Also missing practice yesterday were tight end Jake Briningstool, cornerback Jalen Watson, and offensive tackle Ethan Driscoll. The Chiefs and Seattle on Friday night match up at 9. Vinny Pasquantino homered, doubled and drove in 5. Royals over the Nationals last night, 8-5. It means it's the first time since mid-June that Kansas City has reached the 500 mark. They'll try to finish off a series sweep this afternoon, sending Seth Lugo to the mound against the right-hander Jake Irvin for the Nationals. Coverage at 12:30 on News Radio KMAN today. Have a great day. I'm Troy Coverdale.